Exploring Canada, a journey through the Great White North. For years, Canada had lingered in my imagination as a land of untamed wilderness, cosmopolitan cities, and a culture both welcoming and diverse. When the opportunity arose to spend 3 weeks traveling through this vast country, I couldn't resist. With my camera in hand and a heart eager for adventure, I embarked on what would become a life-changing journey. Day 1 to 3, Toronto, the heartbeat of Canada. The bustling city of Toronto was my first stop. As the plane descended, the sight of the CN Tower piercing the skyline sent a thrill through me. The city was alive with energy, and I wasted no time immersing myself in its rhythm. On my first morning, I headed straight to the CN Tower. Standing on the glass floor, staring down at the miniature streets below, my knees wobbled, but the exhilaration was worth it. Afterward, I explored Kensington Market, a vibrant neighborhood filled with eclectic shops and diverse food vendors. I indulged in a Jamaican patty and then wandered into a small boutique where the shopkeeper shared tales of Toronto's history. One evening, while strolling along the harbor front, I got lost searching for the ferry to the Toronto Islands. A stranger named Mark not only helped me find my way, but also accompanied me on the ferry. As we sailed, he pointed out landmarks and shared stories about growing up in Toronto. "The islands are special," he said. "It's where the city breathes." Day 4 to 6, Niagara Falls, nature's roar. A 2-hour bus ride took me to Niagara Falls, and as I approached, the thunderous sound of cascading water grew louder. Standing at the edge of the Horseshoe Falls, I felt dwarfed by nature's power. I joined the Maid of the Mist boat ride, which took us so close to the falls that the mist drenched everyone on board. The sheer force of the water left me awestruck. Afterward, I explored the nearby town and tried Niagara ice wine, a sweet, aromatic wine made from frozen grapes. One comical moment happened when I tried to take a selfie with the falls. A mischievous seagull landed on my head, flapping its wings dramatically as though it wanted to be part of the photo. The crowd around me erupted in laughter, and a kind vendor offered me tissues and a free snack to console me. Day 7 to 10, Montreal, a slice of Europe in North America. From Niagara, I took a train to Montreal. Stepping into Old Montreal felt like being transported to Europe. The cobblestone streets, lined with charming cafes and boutiques, were enchanting. My first stop was the Notre Dame Basilica, where the soaring ceilings and vibrant stained glass windows left me in awe. I joined a group walking tour led by a charismatic guide who shared quirky facts about the city. "Did you know?" she said with a grin. "Montreal has the highest number of restaurants per capita in Canada. We take our food seriously." Inspired, I treated myself to poutine, Montreal bagels, and smoked meat sandwiches. One evening, I joined a local cooking class to learn how to make poutine. Our instructor, Chef Alain, insisted on adding his signature twist: maple syrup. "Everything tastes better with maple syrup," he declared. To my surprise, the sweet and savory combination was delightful. Day 11 to 14, Quebec City, a living fairy tale. Next, I traveled to Quebec City, one of the oldest cities in North America. The site of Chateau Frontenac, perched on a hilltop overlooking the St. Lawrence River, was magical. I spent hours wandering through the old town, admiring its stone buildings and vibrant murals. At Dufferin Terrace, I tried the traditional winter treat, tire sur la neige, maple taffy on snow. Pulling the sticky sweet treat off the stick brought out my inner child. A memorable encounter happened during a ghost tour of the city. Our guide, dressed in period clothing, regaled us with eerie tales of Quebec's past. Halfway through, an unexpected power outage plunged us into darkness. While some shrieked, I found the experience hilariously fitting for the spooky atmosphere. Day 15 to 18, Banff and Jasper into the wild. Flying to Alberta, I entered a world of breathtaking natural beauty. Banff National Park greeted me with its turquoise lakes and majestic peaks. I hiked to Lake Louise and was mesmerized by the mirror-like surface reflecting the surrounding mountains. One morning, I joined a group for a horseback trail ride. Our guide, a rugged cowboy named Liam, shared stories about the park's wildlife and history. At one point, we spotted a herd of elk grazing in the distance, their antlers silhouetted against the rising sun. An unforgettable moment occurred during an evening campfire. As we toasted marshmallows, a black bear wandered into view. Though it kept its distance, the sight was both thrilling and humbling. Day 19 to 21, Vancouver, a coastal paradise. My final destination was Vancouver, a city that seamlessly blended urban sophistication with natural wonders. I cycled around Stanley Park, stopping to admire the totem poles and views of the Pacific Ocean. Granville Island Market was a feast for the senses. While sampling smoked salmon, I accidentally bumped into a street performer juggling pins. To my embarrassment, he dropped them all, but instead of being annoyed, he invited me to join his act. Balancing a spinning plate on one hand while the crowd cheered was an unexpected highlight of my trip. One evening, I joined a whale-watching tour. As the sun set over the horizon, we spotted a pod of orcas gliding gracefully through the water. The beauty of the moment brought tears to my eyes. Day 22. Farewell in Halifax. Before leaving Canada, I made a brief stop in Halifax, Nova Scotia. This maritime city was steeped in history and charm. I explored the Maritime Museum of the Atlantic and walked along the harbor front, savoring the salty sea breeze. On my final night, I joined a céilg, a traditional Nova Scotian gathering of music and dance. Though my two left feet struggled to keep up, The locals' warmth and laughter made it a joyous celebration. Reflections. As I boarded my flight home, I reflected on the incredible journey. Canada wasn't just a place, it was an experience. From the roaring waterfalls of Niagara to the tranquil beauty of Banff, from the vibrant streets of Montreal to the serene waters of Vancouver, every moment was a treasure. This trip had not only shown me the beauty of the land, but also the kindness of its people. Canada had left an indelible mark on my heart, and I knew I would return someday.